Hello and welcome to some more maths with Mr. Thomason, and today we're going to do a little bit of work on rotations and how to do a nice set of rotations on a blank piece of paper. Something that's quite easy to do when you've got square paper, but blank paper needs a little wee bit more care, So here's the shape we're working with, and we want to do a quarter turn in that direction, then another quarter turn in that direction, and then we're going to complete the set with quarter turns all the way around, okay? So what I want to start with, get a ruler, and very lightly we're going to draw a cross through it. So there's the turning point, okay? We put a cross right through that dot, pretty lightly, and I'm going to use the lines on the ruler to give me the line it up with that to get a nice perpendicular cross. It won't be exactly 90 degrees, but good enough for our purposes. I'm going to rotate this around here. So what I want to do is basically take another sheet of paper, tracing paper if you've got it. I'm going to trace out our original shape on here. Now, tracing is not particularly visible, but you should be able to get enough to mark the edges, the corners of the original shape, and the dot there. So again, from here I'm going to draw a very light cross, and it can be quite heavy putting the shape back on it. So I'm going to use this as my kind of tracer, and I'm going to use that to get my rotation onto the sheet underneath. So what I'm going to do is, now this cross is what I'm going to use to get my rotation right. So leaving that original shape at the bottom, on the underneath, I'm going to take this one, this top sheet, and rotate it 90 degrees. I'm going to try and line up, you can see that, line up the crosses there, okay? So the point should line up pretty well. You can see that, I'm trying to get it there. So once I'm satisfied that the cross is lined up, I can go ahead and just mark the corners of the first image. And on here, it should just come through enough that I can just about see the dents I've made on the sheet underneath. And in a minute, I'm going to come back and join them up, okay? Now, another quarter turn, lining up the cross as best I can. That looks pretty good. So you can see it there. I'm trying to just match it. And again, nice and heavy. I don't need to do the full size, just the four corners. And then mark them off. One, that's two, that's three, that's four. Then another quarter turn, using my cross to line it up. Now, if you can't get tracing paper or your eyesight's not that good, maybe go up to a window, do it in a window. You do it on a window, and then you'll see it coming through very nicely in the window. And you don't need to do the full shape, just put the dents in the corners, and it should be fairly evident where they are. Two, one over here, and the fourth one's down there. Okay, so that's we got my dots. Let's go ahead and draw them in now. Might use a bit of colour just for the sake of variety. Here's my first quarter turn. My second one. And I'm not being super accurate here, but I'm going to get pretty close just by my kind of rough and ready quick sketching method. So I think the real trick here, but that's all done, a nice rotation. The real trick here is to get this cross at 90 degrees. So once again, draw your X and use the lines on the ruler to line up that to get that nice cross. Okay, and that's how we can go about creating a four-way rotation.